Hey guys, Nolan here. Today we're dealing with natural talent when dealing with horses. But before I do that, I just wanted to quickly remind you, why not hit the subscribe button and the bell so you're notified the moment I post a new video? Okay, so a few months ago I posted a video about natural talent and how it can be both a blessing and a curse for riders. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link to it right up there. Give it a check out. Anyway, so a fellow subscriber asked me if I could do another video on the same kind of thing, but with the horses. So here we go. So first thing, what is natural talent? It's talent that comes naturally. Duh. That's pretty much the video for today. Class is done, put your books away, go home. We're done for the day. No, but on a serious note, natural talent is the ability that comes naturally for a horse to do a specific discipline. So in dressage, it could be something as simple as the conformation. The horse is built uphill, giving it a bit of an advantage to sit on the hind legs better than a horse that is a bit bum high. Or it could be something as simple as the horse's movement, how beautiful it is, how flowy it is naturally. That you don't have to create this trot, the horse just naturally has this beautiful flashy trot. There are tons of different examples of natural talent, like horses who can school over a jump or whatever, but you kind of get what I mean, right? In simple terms, they have a natural ability to do a job, but they're kind of built for a specific job. Okay, great, Nolan. So what about natural talent? Because we are optimists, let's start with the good. Why would we want natural talent? I'm going to say this very lightly, because I'm going to come back to this later on in the video. So take this with a grain of salt. They are technically easier to train because of their natural ability to sit down on the hind legs, to lift the shoulders, or even just move with cadence and rhythm. Or like I said previously, you don't have to work to build that trot. He already has a natural ability to do that flashy trot. Or if you struggle to understand it, I'll make it very simple. There are people who have been able to teach camels and cows how to do tempi changes. Alright, just imagine that. Camels and cows to do flying changes and tempis. But a horse has a much more natural ability to do it. They have a natural talent to do these changes. Both the camel and cow and the horse all have the ability to do it, but the horse naturally has the talent to do it, making it easier to train. So now take that mentality and take it to a pool full of just horses. Majority of them can all do it. There are going to be certain ones who can do it better and more naturally. Naturally, they're gifted, they're able to do it easier. Also, I'd like to point out one other thing. Having a horse with natural talent doesn't guarantee, nothing's guaranteed, but there is a better chance that the horse will be able to go through the levels. Like in dressage, there's a better chance they'll be able to go to the higher levels. They aren't stressing the body or the joints, which will then inevitably keep them more sound. And with all that, you kind of think, you're pretty much just working with the horse's strengths, not their weaknesses. Okay, great, Nolan, this is fantastic. So why wouldn't I want to get a horse that has natural talent? And honestly, most people think that way, until they get one. And I will explain how many bad things that come with it. First, horses that have natural talent have a special personality. I mean, I'm not even getting into the movement, which I will get into that in a sec. Right now, just the mindset of a horse with natural talent. They usually have a special personality. Some horses with natural talent who you can watch and they go brilliantly. Some of them are very aggressive. Some of them have to wear a muzzle all the time because they will rip your face off. Some go on the other end of the spectrum and are just downright silly. They will dump the water trough, stick the bucket on their head, and run around partying like it's 1984. And then there are the other ones who have the ability to turn on and off water taps, which inevitably end up flooding the barn. See, the thing is, these horses with natural talent, they can be trained to be brilliant. And I mean brilliant. Allegro has a natural talent. How many horses have natural talent and they are brilliant to watch? They are brilliant to ride. But you have to hone in on the good that they offer and kind of ignore all the bad. Because if you don't hone in on the good and ignore the bad, you end up getting really frustrated very early on, because they kind of make problems for you. So honestly, I was told once, have a really good sense of humor. And this kind of can work against you as well, like going to barns. Think of it this way. Who is the barn staff more likely to be more keen on dealing with? The horse that they take out to the paddock and just saunters on out there, or the other horse that has the natural talent, who is attempting to go on his hind legs all the time when he sees a bird fly by. As I say, horses with natural talent are special in more ways than one. Okay, so let's talk about the training aspect. I'm gonna be really blunt here. Really blunt. With horses who have natural talent, amateurs most of the time can't ride them. Take the horse with a naturally impressive trot. Everybody at the horse show is going to ooh and ah over them. Drool, look at that trot. He looks like he's trotting on a cloud. And afterwards, they're all like, I want a horse like that. I want to do dressage. I need a horse with a flashy trot like that. Come on, people. You've all heard it before. But few people can actually sit on that big, flashy, impressive trot and stay relaxed. No, those knees are pinched on. Those elbows, they're locked because there's so much movement going on. They don't know how to ride it. And they feel like if they don't hold on tight, they're going to fall off. Or we can take it another step further. Let's say the horse has natural talent because they're naturally balanced. Here's a secret. Horsey, if he feels like, I don't really feel like doing that today, which is very possible with horses with natural talent. They have a bit of an ego and some of them love to please, other ones don't feel like doing this. A horse that's naturally balanced is going to use it to their advantage, not yours. They may end up using it against you. Bucking, rearing, flying sideways, running, it doesn't matter. It doesn't hinder them. Some horses will feel like they can't do stuff like that because of their balance. Horses who have natural balance, who cares? I got this down pat. He can literally do this all with his eyes closed. And sometimes it's not a bad thing. It's not like they're trying to be nasty towards you. Sometimes it's just honestly as simple as that's who they are. Here's the thing. Many amateurs, I shouldn't say just amateurs because many pros do this too. They have a horse with natural talent and they kind of come out going every single time that they ride, they want to work on something, right? And that's kind of what we try to do. We try to make ourselves better riders, try to train the horse, try to train ourselves. That's in our brains. That's kind of how we are brought up in horses. We get on, we kind of work together, and then we finish the day off. That's not out of this world. But when dealing with a horse with natural talent, sometimes, actually many of those times, don't go according to plan. Actually, when you have a horse with natural talent, you can't have an expectation of what we're doing today. Or, you know what, I'm going to do this today. It usually never pans out. So, of course, example. Today, I want to work on some shoulder in. Once he's done some shoulder in, I'm going to cool him out, maybe take him for a small little hack, and I'm going back to the barn. However, the horse with natural talent might be thinking other things. They are usually 10 steps ahead of you, both in the day or in the training. Shoulder in. No, my rider. I want to play with the tempies today. Tempies? Oh, okay. Okay, well, you know what? Let's play with some tempies. Okay, so every 4 strides, we're going to do a change. 4 strides? No, I can do once. Horses with natural talent. Carl Hester said this once, and I completely agree. It's like they read a dressage hand-me book, from front cover to back cover. They know it all. Okay, so you've dealt with some of the good, you've dealt with some of the bad. Now let's say none of that really bothers you, and you're still gung-ho thinking natural talent is still pretty great. Okay, now that takes us into the gray area, aka the misconceptions. Many people think having a horse with natural talent means easy sailing. And they're not completely wrong, because I did say, I know what you guys are going to say. You just said a couple minutes ago, Nolan, that training is easier. And you're right, I did say it makes training easier. Asterisks. It doesn't mean that the training is non-existent. If you think you're going to get on a horse with natural talent and think you don't have to ride, you're wrong. Think you're just going to have to sit up there and look pretty? You're wrong. Think you're going to be able to bypass most of the building blocks in training because you have a horse with natural talent? You are wrong. You still need to train correctly. You know, all that hard work, days in and days out, of you training your thoroughbred or your quarter horse to finally sit on those hind legs, how much work you had to put into that? Every day, a little bit increased riding, a little bit decreased riding, get him to step underneath himself more. You know that? Just because you got a horse with natural talent, doesn't mean that goes away. That's still a part of your training. And I say that from a kind place because there have been people I have met who said, I got a horse with natural talent. I don't have to do that work anymore. No, you still do. Just because your horse is built uphill doesn't automatically mean now you don't have to work those hind legs. They don't just follow now. There's still work that has to be put in place. For the horse, that's still a lot of work. It doesn't matter that this horse it's easier for, this horse it's harder for. To the horse, it's still work. He ain't doing it himself. And don't get me wrong, please don't, I do understand. There are plenty of horses who still go this way and riders who keep riding this way. But the sad thing is, these horses usually only get to a specific spot in their training. In dressage, you'll probably see them in training level 1, level 2. They'll probably be doing amazingly. Once they hit level 3, things start to go downhill. Up to level 2, you can kind of get away with things. You know, a horse that isn't completely off the rein, you kind of carry them around. Horse that isn't 100% sitting from behind. So if you have a horse with natural talent, you can probably get away with some pretty damn good marks. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen my video on judging bias, it's linked to it right up there, and I'll link it down below as well. Definitely give that one a check out. But here's the thing, once you hit level 3, all bets are off. There is no hiding anymore. You're either doing it or you're not. Those flying changes are very telling. And then what ends up happening is the judges, who were kind of pushing it through before, now start slaughtering you. Because the natural talent isn't covering up anything anymore. So then the riders go, I gotta work at this. We need to push the horse to get him underneath himself more. This is what the judges' comments say. We need to start doing that now. So they start pushing the horse, asking them to sit underneath themselves more. And the horse says, F you. They've never pushed before in their life. You've never pushed them before in their life. We're not starting this now. Then the rider starts to demand it, which they should have started demanding it back how long ago. They started just asking and started increasing it nicely, but now we're in level 3 saying you gotta do it now. And the horse says, not doing it now, so they start refusing more. Rider starts to demand it more, horse decides to refuse it more. This then leads to the horse learning bad habits. He then gets labeled a badass, it goes from trainer to trainer, and the chances are you never hear or see him ever again. You might see him in the barn, but he's not out showing, because they can't get past this. And I know what you're going to say, that can happen with any horse, Nolan, and you're right, but we're talking about natural talent, when this is what usually happens when people get horses with natural talent. They ride the natural talent. Honestly, having a horse that has natural talent is all fine and dandy. And yeah, there can be points that make it easier for training. But remember, they're still horses. They still need to be trained like horses. They still need to be able to build the muscle to be fit enough to do the job. Just because they have, say, a fancy trot doesn't mean you ride that talent all the way home. Everything you had to do with the average horse, training-wise, you have to do with the horse with natural talent too. Sad, but true. And that's pretty much everything I've got for today. Let me know what you think of today's video, or hey, maybe I missed something to do with natural talent, whether it's good, bad, or the middle area. Let me know down below. And while you're at it, if you enjoyed this video, why not give it a thumbs up, as I've said before, and I'll say it again. It's a little thing, but it really does go a long way. And if you haven't already, why not hit the subscribe button and join the LIL CRUZER Guild yourself. We have new videos up every week for your entertainment, but also to make this horse world make a bit more sense. And that's pretty much everything I got for you guys today. Alright? Thank you so much for watching. I am Nolan M Cruz. I'll talk to you. Stay happy. Ciao!